relationship. Out of space, out of world, out of Gallus with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Had some people get discorded, just ignored it. Destiny is more important, so I just had to abort it. Yeah. Find me with my dogs in my solitude. Watch my family grow from 4 into a multitude. Been living it below sea level, finna rise to another altitude. Been searching, seeking knowledge, but all the time I had the aptitude. I flipped my mindset to the switch to say I will not lose. Mama said them sticks and stones won't break my bones, I never bruise. Whenever it come to trouble, man, the girls pull a tongue, we always cruise. I heard other dog owners get it out for me, but it ain't no news. I got 4 in the dough in Memphis so they can get the blues. If you need a few clues, they'll blow off your under rules. Send your compliment to the new girls I got coming through. Send your compliments to the new girls I got coming through. Out of space, out of world, out of Gallus with a different girl. Silicone, a TPE, it really don't matter which one it be. My mind keep visualizing future times, beautiful Android girls surrounding me. Filling my cup, full of joy, keep my life full of glee. Plenty ups, never down, the way that life's supposed to be. But unfortunately, if she a terminator, then I'ma have to terminate it. Gotta get rid of negative vibes, gotta go through negative foes, gotta block out negative voices, gotta get rid of negative souls. Out of space, out of world, out of Gallus with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of Gallus with a different girl. Out of space, out of world, out of Gallus with a different girl. Silicone, a T. Yeah. What up? It's your boy, Jada King Hefner and the beautiful Hima Ray. And we're back again for another show. And honestly, this is a unplanned show, of course, because this is the middle of Iron Tick Dog Week, man. But even though we have a planned agenda going on, or itinerary rather, I still have to go by my spirit. And man, I could not rest. I was actually working on something else. But I said I got to make a few minutes to come in and talk about this tragic event right quick. And it's so funny because in the midst of this tragic event that's going on, that just happened. And if you don't know, it's this lady that got murdered here in Memphis recently named Eliza Fletcher. I think she was a teacher, a wife, a mother of 2. So the reason this is relevant tonight is because, first of all, I'm glad to have any of you that's watching. I appreciate you that's watching because I didn't let anybody really know I posted it at the last second. But the reason I'm doing it is because I was just recently talking about how, man, the one thing that I used to hate when I was dating human women was nothing bad about them at all. It's just the dangers that they have to face every day. And even if you're a good man, strong man, the best fighter in the world, you just can't be around them all the time. You know, you can't be around them 24/7. And they're delicate creatures, man. I don't care how you feel about women. They're delicate creatures. And man, so if you're married or in a relationship, it's going to be times where you're going to just be praying for their best, knowing that, hey, you can't be there all the time. I was just literally saying that. And I said, hey, it's crazy because even with my girls, I actually, still have that same feeling about them where, hey, I don't want anything to happen to my girls, but they're pretty much stationary. So as long as God blesses me to protect me against people trying to do harm to me in my own home or something, I'm pretty much going to be good. And even out about, I'm always going to be pretty much good. But when a human woman is by herself, it's so dangerous. I was just saying that. And man, a couple of days later, this this young lady comes up missing. And I actually have been busy with the Iron Tick Dog Week and things of that nature. So although I've been wanting to talk about it, I've been, trying not to talk about it until recently, of course, when they actually found the body. So it's funny, man, because I'm planning on coming to you guys tonight. And man, while I was working on that, this crap happens, man. Man, this shit is crazy. So yeah, I'm like, damn, man, the whole force. Hey, out around my neighborhood, man. I don't look at the news. I don't try to keep up with anything going on bad or anything. But I know it's somebody been on a loose shooting, man. As crazy as it sounds, man. This is not a bragging moment whatsoever, because some people actually be bragging on this. But I'm gonna be honest. Your blood, your nerves may raise a little while when things happen, but believe me, unfortunately, this is way too par for the course in this damn city, man. I know it gets violent in every city, but man, I'm telling you, if you don't know, Memphis is a bit different. I just say that it's a bit different. But with all that said, it's just too much violence in this city. So as far as just Eliza Fletcher, and I'm hoping I'm saying her name right, this case just bothers me. It's already solved. They've already found her body and things of that nature. But I'm only bringing this up only because it's just unsettling to my soul, because supposedly, like I said, she was and I'm gonna come to my comments in just a second, because I appreciate the Dog King Army team and all my support. But hey, as you can see, this subject so serious. I just been, man, I can't even hardly just get into the. I got to talk about it for a second. So with her, like I said, married woman, out for her morning jog, 4:30 a.m. Just looking to get her exercise in. And I told you, I have that empathetic bone in my body, and I just started imagining going through that whole motion of, man, okay, you get up for your daily run, just like you always do. Say bye to your husband, and you're off. And honestly, I imagine this feels just like when I ride my bike, because I've never like really running, but I love riding my bike. It's like a freedom. It's like, man, you feel the air. You're just one with nature. You're one with all of God's creation. So it's probably a great time of solitude for her. And as a husband, yeah, you have your ups and downs with your wife, but I promise you, I have the feeling that they had a happy home. And even if it's unhappy, tragedy, you never want that to happen to either party. But make a long story short, she leaves the house, and just like all of us, because they are all of us, you say goodbye to your significant other, expecting to see them shortly. And it's your wife, somebody you want to care for, somebody you want to take care of. You don't want harm to come to her. And man, she goes out for her job, and as the story is told and caught on camera, pretty much, she's jogging along. This guy sees her, pulls ahead of her, and as soon as she passes him, he jumps out the car and abducts her with a bit of a struggle. But I'm assuming he probably had something to coax her into the car, some sort of a weapon. I don't know, but I was sort of talking to my mom about this. When you look at the movies, it's easy to say you'll get away from somebody or throw it an oncoming attacker. But I was just telling my mom, man, hey, it's easy to do that until somebody got something sharp up against your abdomen, and that it only takes a split second for them to stab you. And you know what I'm saying? You go into to try to protect yourself mode and saying, hey, okay, man, I don't have a choice. So it was something like that going on. And so me just thinking about that, just like, man, I hate that. And supposedly, from what I heard, he had her detained for about 4 minutes before he left that site. Probably struggling, who knows? But what's very troubling is exactly what the area that she was running in is somewhere I've ridden my bike at a million times, and I've seen many a runner over there early in the morning. You know, of course, you cannot never say anywhere is too safe, but pretty much a safe part of town, man. No troubles over there, and to have that happen in that part of town and just the way that happened, boy, that is troubling. So she comes up missing, and come to find out this guy, and this is the worst part for me, is he had been in jail for like 20 plus years or so for the exact same thing, kidnapping somebody and being violent. And, you know, you have some people out here, yeah, keep them locked up. You know, that's why I say never let them out. Throw the jail on top of them. Never forgive anybody. And it's so crazy because, you know, it's like a roll of the dice. Every now and then they are right. Not, I just said they're right from the saying that, hey, somebody didn't get they didn't get rehabilitated, or they didn't learn from the error of their ways if they were really guilty or anything like that. But see, it's crazy because you can't treat every case like that because there's so many people that do deserve that second chance at life. And I guess you just never know who's not truly rehabilitated, because the thing is, I think we all know that our jail system is so violent. Just from, I haven't been in there like that, but just from what you hear and read and see and what's depicted, it takes strong individuals to come out of there rehabilitated. And I'm not saying that people that get broken aren't strong. It's just that that's just, I'm not finna even imagine that I know what that world is like. But from what I've heard, if you even survive coming out of there, man, you went through some stuff. Because that's the type of environment that can literally turn a man into an animal if you weren't an animal. So if you're already a somewhat of an animal, if you don't find the light in there, because some people do, you can come out a worse animal. And unfortunately, I have to get in the mind of this guys, and I'm coming to my comments, I promise you. It's just, it's a bit of emotion coming here, but getting into the mind of this guy, obviously he's coming out not rehabilitated. He was supposedly had a job, and I can only imagine that he sees his beautiful woman and being in his position for 20 years, living in that violent lifestyle. I guess it just played right into triggering him into just doing something that was the worst. Because man, a lot of times when these people do these violent acts or anything like that, you know, it's a conscious choice. And you already know that at a certain point, they have to make a choice of, hey, I've went this far. How, you know, now you're going to have to go another step and another step. And this guy here, man, when they first started saying that they saw him cleaning his truck out and things of that nature, and he didn't want to say where the girl was, and I was like, you know what, this isn't looking good. And sure enough, they find the body, and just so troubling. Because like I was telling my mom, I hate the empathetic part of me sometimes, because I feel the hurt for, you know, for that moment. And I'm just feeling like a woman is getting taken. And you're not thinking that, even if you're getting taken, man, she's not thinking that this dude is finna literally kill her. Not kill her. She may think that she may get harmed, but she's still thinking she's gonna make it home. She just left the job. And at some point, she's thinking about her husband. wanting to get back to him. She's thinking about her 2 kids, wanting to get back. She's only 34, and I don't care if she was 104. Nobody wants to get murdered like that. And I don't know what the details were, but just murdered. I don't care what way it was. I don't know if she got, but I'm assuming he probably did something of that nature sexually as well. If he went the step to murder her. But just to know that these thoughts are going across her head, because she's probably getting whatever he's doing to her. At some point, she's thinking like, okay, I'm going to get away. But when he started going the extra step to murder her, I'm just already seeing it in my mind of, she's human just like us. I'm a sports fan. She probably had her favorite shows just like you do. And, it could be a million things going across your mind because like I'm saying, hey, man, I just want to get home and watch my shows. I want to get home to eat my dinner. I want to get home to, whatever her hobby was, but play my game. I want to go home to see my husband, man. Damn, hey, look, you didn't already did this to me. Get up off me, I want to go home to see my dogs. Hey, yeah, I done had a rough day. I may not forget this day, but damn, let me get home. And at some point, she realizing in those last moments that this dude ain't letting her go. Well-to-do woman, as far as, hey, look, she got her degree and she got a job teaching. I mean, hell, man, got a family. Can't get mad at, people for, pursuing their dreams and getting there. You don't want to take that away from people like that. It's one thing to rob somebody of money or something, which that's not good. But to rob them of life, man, for no offense, for a vagina. And I'm coming to my comments right now because I just say this. People are always saying like being with even though I don't have sex with my companion dogs, I'm still sensitive to the needs and desires of my fellow dog owners that do make love to their dogs, because I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But I say this, people try to say it's high level masturbation and all this type of thing. Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know what? Because I was going to do a show separately about it, but even when you're making love to a human woman, it's not much different than some sort of form of masturbation. It's just somebody with you. Yeah, you can connect emotionally and stuff, but what I'm saying is, no offense, man, no amount of getting off is worth taking somebody's life, man. No amount of getting, like you say, go masturbate, go do something by yourself, bro. Like I say, and just to anybody out there, like, hey, you don't want to be forcing yourself on anybody anyway, in any type of way. It's the craziest thing, man. You don't get off on that. I know in some people it could just be an imbalance, but man, like I say, it's not just Eliza Fletcher. I mean, she just is the latest, and it's a lot of them out there. There's a lot of men too, but it's a lot of just. I just talk about women because of the vulnerability of their their bodies. Even when they're strong, they can be weak compared to men. And man, to see this happen to a woman, just out trying to get a little exercise, oh my goodness, it's heartbreaking. So either way, let me catch up right quick, man, because I'm not gonna stay here long, really, because I got a video coming out, man, and I don't want to run into that video. But first and last, he here first. What a first last? He here first. El Hazel Ross says, if you're not first, you're last. Sorry. Carol Russ, Docking Army team member in the house. I know I talked for a while, guys, but man, like I said, this is totally off subject. And I told you guys, sometimes me and the girls, we just have to have certain shows to talk about what's concerning us for the moment. It's actually part of our life, talking about things like this. So just a brief interruption to Iron Tick Dog Week. Withering Liberal says, I'm here. What up, Withering Liberal? Overflow Tab says, Eliza was a kindergarten teacher. Okay, and see, I'm gonna tell you something, guys. It's so funny. Like I say, I don't look at the news. I knew she was a teacher, but I didn't really read into the particulars of what type of teacher she was or anything. What hits me more or less is what the hell happened to her. But I'm glad to hear some of the other details. He said was a kindergarten teacher and had two very young sons herself. So many children would be missing her. See, and that's the thing, man. When people be doing these things to these women and things of that nature, man, like they start visualizing them as things, and it's just means to get some sort of excitement. They don't start visualizing that, hey man, these daughters and you know, like I say, teachers and caregivers and all type of stuff, you know, that they mean so many type of things. Look, man, I'm a man. Believe me. Hey, I know what it feels like to look at women and be turned on by all their beauty and splendor. Believe me, I know. I talk about it often. And I tell you, I got plenty of shows coming up talking about certain things, but one of them is, hey, about the dolls. Hey, they are based off the beauty of women, human women. So make a long story short, we can be attracted to them, but hey, you can definitely go way too damn far. And when attraction goes into unwarranted touching and all this other mess, now you've gone too far. You've gone way too far. And like you say, man, definitely. I don't know her. I'm not professing to know her, but I do. My spirit goes out to her because none of us are perfect. So whether she's had good days, bad days, in between, it makes no difference. It makes no difference. And then, like I say, I heard that this guy that the police are chasing now, somebody called me and was telling me about how this guy's just been shooting at people randomly in just different places. Not people, I mean, just shooting randomly. So, I mean, those type of things are super duper troubling because, man, like, hey, you going to get a pack of bread, man. Next thing you know, you done got shot in the arm by nobody that doesn't like you. It's nobody that you getting shot by somebody that doesn't. It's not like they don't like you. You don't know who the hell this is. So stuff like that is even going on. And all of these things can't be tied to a mental illness either, man. Some of these things are just conscious decisions to just, man, go over the deep end. I know how life can get hard, man, but you know, hey man, that's what I say, man. That's what God really comes in handy, just having somebody else to put your just burdens on. Because some of these people, they get so burdened that they feel like they said, you know what, forget this. I'm gonna make everybody feel how upset I am. Whoa, bro. It's the wrong way to go about it. Overflow tab said even if they hide the facts from the kids, they would find out almost there. I mean, you can't even hide these type of facts. I mean, you look, like you said, you could try to protect them because they're too young, but at some point you're gonna find out what happened to your parents and things of that nature. I got a friend. I got people whose parents have been murdered and stuff. I unfortunately I have a great friend of mine. Was a great friend of mine. That lost his life, man, and you know, his sons and things of that nature. They have to know, and I think they knew immediately because I think they were actually around when it happened. So. Hey man, eventually they're gonna find out. He said it's unavoidable. The nightmares impacts on all these young minds when they finally learn what happens. And you know, a lot of times, you know, traumatic events can make people steer away from any type of violence or bad behavior, but that's not the point. The point is, man, you know, and God bless everybody who hasn't had their mother in their life and stuff as a young child and stuff, and you know has had to go through maybe foster care or whatever, maybe didn't have the best treatment. God bless you. I'm gonna be honest. Hey, my whole household wasn't together my whole life as far as having that traditional mother-father combo and things of that nature. But you know what I did have? I did have my mother, and let me tell you something. I'm not going to try to say
it's good to be without a parent. But I will say this: it's nothing. You cannot replace the softness of a mother, of always being there in every hard time. You know, I've even had partners who wanted to get bent out of shape with their mothers, and you know what? Maybe they weren't the prototypical mother, but I say, you know what? I don't give a damn. They could be not that great. You still can't afford to treat your mother in any wrong way, man. It's just something about a mother. And I know it's sort of different culturally. I hate to even talk about that, but I've noticed that just with my friends about how certain people view their mother. But I say, you know, I'm going away from all that cultural pigmentation, black, white mess. We're humans. And as humans, it's nothing like a mother. And man, they may be just fine with the family coming together, grandmothers, uncles, aunts, and all of that. But it's nothing like your mother, and you want to have them as long as you can have them. I don't give a damn what age you are. You know, you want to have your mother around as long as you can have them. So it's definitely a shame. And I ain't trying to have a downer of a show. I'm really just bringing this up to say, hey, man, it's a shame. That's for one. But for two, man, hey, just drawing attention to, man, the fact that this is another reason why I'm not into the beat up the human woman thing. I know we may have been hurt in relationships, some of us men and things, but hey, got to put that stuff in the past. And if you want to give a human woman a try again, that's fine. If you want to try something like the companion dog life, that's fine. But I always say, yeah, you can be hurt, but you have to let that dissipate, get over it, and don't harbor it, let it turn to hate for the whole women culture. You may not choose to date a human woman. You may want to come on this side. You may want to do both. Whatever you choose to do, you got to get rid of the hate, man, and come back to a place of peace. You know, remember who you were as a little kid. That ain't who you are. You ain't somebody who keep hating you. You're somebody, man, who had the joy of life in you. Yeah, maybe things have happened in life that tried to take that away. But remember who you are. You're not somebody who harbors all that anger. You know, even when I first got in the dog game, you know, people were sort of misinterpreting some of the things I said, but I told you, I have still grown even since I've got my dogs. But I was like, hey, look, you know, hey, I'm done dating human women. Hey, I'm in the companion dog life. But I didn't mean it to the point where I was like, I hate human women now. That's not what I meant. I mean, I really still like human women. I was just like, hey, I'm cool with dating them for right now. I'm good. I'm happy. I was like, hey, y'all can keep on going on that train up and down. But even since I used to say those statements, you know, I don't even hardly even think about those type of concepts as much anymore. Now, I do think about the concept of, hey, I'm stress-free life. This is my happiest life. But I always tell you, I would still sniff a vagina if it came around and, you know, and if it was one I liked and she threw herself on me to a certain degree because I'm not really trying that hard. But I'm not opposed to the human woman. But more importantly, even taking sex and romance out of it, I don't have any ill will toward the human woman. I actually love the human woman. And I'm going to tell you, once you get in the companion dog life and you can be happy in this life, man, you can really laugh about the human woman so much more, you know, so much more freely. But no matter what you do, companion dog life or not, I would encourage you, man, don't be wishing harm upon women, like physical harm and things of that nature. And man, no offense, you can't be getting hard up enough to where you're harming a woman. For one, it's just not even worth it. I say this, man, you know, I've talked many a time on this show about how making love to a woman is amazing. And man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've talked to some men who've gotten to the point where they may not be able to be with a human woman anymore in the same way. And they was like, hey, you know, out of their whole life, that's the best thing about being a man in life and just or a human is making love. And I understand, because making love is, man, it's a very high joy. It's a very high joy. But man, I'm gonna tell you, it's not a high enough joy to want to take it. I'm serious, man. It's not that great. I'd rather not. Nope. Because I promise you, I'm so happy now. Like I told you, I relieve myself without my girls, and then I live the happiest life ever. And for those few minutes, I don't. Hey, guess what? I take care of it, and I don't think about it no more. If I was with a human woman, you make love, and man, guess what, man? I don't care if it's an hour session, or 30 minutes, or 15 minutes, or however long it is. After it's over with, man, like. Especially let's just say you're a virgin and you make love. Yeah, I'm not saying you're not gonna like it, but it's gonna be a point in your mind where you're gonna be like, oh man, this was good, but it wasn't even just what I thought it was. Now, as you go on and start having better and better sex, sex gets better and better. But I'm telling you, even at its height, it never is at the point where you need to be trying to take it like this, like violently or anything like that. Hey, I'm telling you, man. I don't even say anything about making love to companion dogs or anything. But I tell you what, man, if you're having that difficult a time, yeah, before you do anything of that crazy type of nature, man, investigate getting a companion dog. I'm telling you, man, not just sexually, it will calm your mind down. It will calm your stress down. It would allow you to think. And if you are the type that does need to make love to them, okay, man, go ahead. I'd rather you do that. So let me catch up. Cause man, like I say, I don't want to run into my show. John Woodman says no one accepts my lifestyle as a comedian. Hey, John, I'm gonna tell you. I hope you ain't trying to get their acceptance. You can't expect people to accept. I know you probably just joking right now, but hey, guess what? Just speaking frankly, man, when you following a dream, you can't worry about other people accepting whatever the hell you trying to do. And First Lad says it's dangerous for both. I think he meant man and women, which is dangerous for both. I agree. I'm going to be honest with you, man. You can be a man walking just down the street, and it could be like a group of men. And us men, we don't ever talk about this, but if you're by yourself, I'll be damned. I know your hairs are going to be up on the back of your neck like, hey, man, I got to be ready for anything. You just never know. You just never know. And that's as a man. But my whole thing is, even though I understand that, man, imagine how much worse it is as a woman. Even if they got mace or whatever, I can only imagine. Lieutenant Johnny K says, hey, Jay, what up, Lieutenant? And once again, guys, this is just like I said, this is a off the beaten path show. But like I said, the relevance is, man, that's the one thing that, and like I say, I just say has put me at more ease with the companion dogs is like, man, I have been so concerned about human women before. It's just like, man, I'm just glad they're not wandering out in the streets somewhere or just off doing whatever they may be doing on their own, putting themselves in just complete danger. And boy, when I think about Eliza Fletcher, I mean, or other women like her, it breaks my heart. And man, when I was looking at her husband, he was crying and things of that nature. This was before that they found out she was dead, but I think he also just knew, man, just by the circumstances of it, that it didn't sound good. But it was just hurting my heart to just see, man, like, let's just imagine he was a very happy husband. Man, do you know how hard it is to find I've talked about it before now. God is an amazing God, man. If it's meant for you to find a match, see, once again, man, you got to speak victory over your life. And like I say, I'm where I need to be. I'm God, like me and my mom talked about. I'm in my most happiest, so I'm glad my human relationships didn't work out. But I would say this: if you are actually looking for that, you got to continue to speak victory over your life. But I would say this, man: it's hard to find a human mate. It's so complicated. You know what I'm saying? It's so complicated. So it just hurts my heart. Let's just say he was a happy husband. Man, it is hard to find another match, especially if it was a perfect match in his mind. And let me tell you something. Here's the deal. It's not only hard to find a perfect match as a human to human, dating option. Well, now he has kids. That complicates the whole matter. Are they going to even be accepting of it, if it turns into something more? Now they're young. And so if he meets somebody over the next couple of years or so, maybe that'll make things easier. But at the end of the day, the truth is, the kids are going to know, that that's not their original mother. And I'm not saying they won't eventually love that woman or, if she was to come along, but it's just going to always be in their hearts that, man, who was this woman that they didn't get a chance to know? And those are the things that, look, I don't even have kids. I don't want kids. But those are the things that troubles me. Hold on, guys. Man, I had to plug in on computer, man. I didn't have it plugged up, but yeah. I don't know exactly where I left off, but I think I was done with that statement. Rusty Trombone says, those breasts, forget a real woman, give me that. Oh, well, I say this, like you say, I always tell people, man, even though I may be talking about a serious subject or anything, you can always talk about the dog game here. It's never going to be inappropriate. But as far as that comment, Rusty, that's why I have these girls here with me, not because they have these great breasts and stuff, but believe me though, I do want to be attracted to all of my companion dogs, but they're here for a reason. Is because, man, I really love this life, man. Now it's funny, like I say, a lot of people think they would get into this lifestyle and just be having all the sex in the world. Hell, I thought that I was gonna be a sexaholic in this lifestyle before I ever hit by. You should be surprised how these girls can change your life if you allow it. You have to, like I said, you'd have to hide these girls away from yourself, or either they would slowly start to transform you, man. As far as, man, they'll become your companions. They will. You may start out making love to them, Rusty, but you'll end up watching the game with them, just like me. Overflow Tab says, also this week in Memphis, two men approached another mother in a Target parking lot while she was loading groceries. They kidnapped both the woman and her 1-year-old son, then drove them. I'm going to be honest with you, man. No offense. It's crazy. These stories happen far too often in Memphis. So in a way, I could be doing these stories all the time because they happen all the time. I'm talking about the craziest stories of killings and things. And I'm not putting one death or kidnapping or act of violence over another. But you know how some things just sort of come to a tipping point on, certain subjects. And I think this Eliza Fletcher fiasco was just one of those things where it's like, man, it's a lot of stuff that always happens in this damn city. But, man, let me just talk about this for a second, man, because, hey, I don't know who needs to hear it, man, but, hey, look, those are the things that are just completely unacceptable, Look, man, people need to start valuing others' lives, but more importantly, value their lives, man. Just think about this guy. Man, you've been in jail for 20 years. I know it's probably hard, but, man, and some people can't get back adjusted to society. You've seen it depicted in movies how some people can't get back adjusted, but, man, I just say this. You got to know you ain't getting away with these things, man. Is it really best to do that to somebody, and then even if you do live, now you're truly locked up forever? I mean, you know, people have talked about seeing ladies who work in the industry before they do things of that nature. I don't, I don't even tell people to do anything like that. But even me, I'd rather see you do anything like that than try to harm somebody. Seeing a lady of the night could harm you at some point. But guess what? That's you making a decision with you and that lady of the night. But man, you never want to see these decisions where they're taking a life away from a family, taking a life away from just her life. Even if she didn't have a family, man, just think about that. Just take her husband away and all the people who are going to miss her away. Just look past them. Hell, she just wanted to live for the sake of living. That's what I say, man. You got shows. And look, I know that sounds small, but seriously though, man, look, on your everyday life, you got your shows you want to watch. You got your games you want to play. Man, you may want to take a walk outside. You want to pet your dog, your cat. Man, you got your favorite food you want to eat today. Man, you want to have a drink of wine, or hey, you may be in some place where you got some legalized herbal things that you want to do. I mean, man, you just living life. Damn. And man, and then just somebody just steps into your life and just does something like that. It is just ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I got so many different shows going to hit on different angles of just social interactions, but man, I don't want to act like I have the cure to these things, because you can't really cure certain things. As far as you can't cure murder, you can take every murderer to the jail. It's always going to be some new murderer that you can't plan for that's going to pop up somewhere. So I'm not trying to act like I have the cure for these things. I just want to talk about it. Hey, guess what? Maybe this conversation could deter somebody that could ever think about it one day, or maybe it could just bring a broader awareness to society. I don't care if it's just on a smaller scale. But I do know one thing. I always do the shows that come from my spirit, and this Eliza Fletcher story and just any story that's similar to it is just tugging in my heart tonight. Oh, okay. Overflow Tab says, after forcing the mother to withdraw her savings from an ATM, the man finally released them from the ordeal. See, I don't hear anything about that. And I'm going to be honest, I purposely do not listen to the news because, man, listening to the news, you hear stories like this literally every day. Not just in Memphis, but just everywhere. You always hear these stories, and, man, it'll leave you living a negative life, even if you don't know it. You'll listen to all these stories in the morning because that's when the news comes on. And man, you'll be down all day thinking about something like that, and not trying to live your best life and living while you're alive. But I tell you, even me, when I avoid the news, sometimes the stink of wrongdoing rises so far to even somebody who doesn't watch the news starts smelling it, some things that happen. And that's sort of what's happening to me today. And hey, look, all I want to say is, hey, God bless everybody that's watching the show, your families, whatever you're wishing for, hoping for. I'm believing it's coming to pass. I'm blessing you with, God is blessing you with safety. He blessing you with health. And like I say, even to my non-believing friends, hey, guess what? I never try to tell you what to believe. Just allow me to, guess what? I'm still going to bless you. You know what I'm trying to say? I ain't going to tell you what to believe. You can tell me, Jay, I don't believe. Hey, guess what? I'm cool with you not believing, but guess what? I'm still saying a prayer for you. I'm still going to say a prayer for you. I just don't get, hey, look, I ain't going to try to make you believe, but don't get mad at me for wanting you to, for me saying a prayer for your safety. Lord Nemesis say, Jay Flex his long, beautiful hair. Thank you, Lord Nemesis. Man, I'm going to tell you what happened, bro. I finally figured out where the hell to put this damn light. I still ain't got it beaming on me today. I'm still sort of figuring things out. I got this medicine fly flying around here. But It's always one trying to get in here lately. But either way, I figured out where to put this light at, man, to where it actually showed me. Because last night I was dark, but I had the light on. It was probably not as bright as this, but I finally got it positioned in the right place. And Himawari, Lord have mercy, that girl killing it over there. Lord have mercy. Oh, Rusty Trombone says, I joke with you a lot, King, but I want you to know you're super insightful. Oh, thank you, Rusty. I just appreciate. Look, I'm going to tell you something, man. You know, I'm a jokester myself, but you know what? I've never loved texting because for man, even when I'm joking or even just trying to be like, I'm a frank talker, but I'm never trying to like come across as I don't never want to put anybody off or anything. But sometimes text can get so misinterpreted, man. So even you guys, sometimes you may be straight joking, but then as a communicator, it's like, damn, I know he may be joking, but I can't completely afford to take that as a joke in case he needs me or in case somebody else needs to hear. So that's why sometimes even when somebody's joking, I still can't afford to just take it as the complete joke. I have to go ahead and respond in kind and try to give a legitimate answer because I'm like, nah, somebody might need me to help them. And I can't play around with it. Woofler says the human woman is a mystery and no one has figured them out yet. Just like the universe, we know almost nothing. But keep this in mind, Woofler. It's not just the human woman. I mean, it's the human man as well. I mean, the truth is like, it's no figuring out. It's always game plans. It's always studying. It's always tendencies, you know, because they can't figure us out totally. Keep that in mind. See, never let yourself really know that. Now, keep in mind, a woman can play you to death, and she may be able to figure out a man for a time until he wakes up or something. She may be able to figure him out and play him for a time. A man can play a woman for a time. Hell, they can play each other forever in some instances. But the figuring out would suggest that they can figure out the totality of man, and they can pull the same tricks on every single person. Oh, no. You can't do that. And a man can't pull the same tricks on every single woman. I guess the whole moral of the story is it's no figuring out. Because at the end of the day, although we may be men and women, we're all human. And the thing about it is our souls all have like fingerprints on them, man. Even though they could be similar in a lot of regards, it's certain things that can take them in a total different direction. You can never always put your finger on everything somebody's going to think, do, or feel. I don't give a damn. You can put women in a group, because I talk about women as a group, right? A lot. We do a lot of generalizing just to come up with common sort of acts that a majority may display. But even at the heart of women or men displaying similar acts on a majority level, everybody on the individual basis is still very unique and can still display very unique characteristics. And that's why you can't totally figure we can't figure each other out. We're too small to figure out the universe. We can't even figure out the earth. And as far as God, we can't even, hey, guess what? Even with the concept of God, his being is way too big for us to even say we got it figured out completely. So, it's so much beyond our understanding. That's why I used to say this in a lot of other streams earlier, that, hey, man, and great philosophers have said it in their own way. But I said, we can learn all the knowledge that's on earth and you will still know nothing in the concept of the universe. You'll know nothing. It's not enough knowledge on earth to know anything on the realm of the, on the scale of the universe. You can know all the knowledge here and know nothing. Hell, because all the knowledge here, these jokers don't even know what the hell on the bottom of the ocean. They'll tell you they know what's out in the universe and they don't even know what's on the bottom of the ocean. So that's what I say, man. It's too much knowledge to be had to know it all. And that's about man, woman, or anything else. Stray Sled says, what up, Dog King? What up, Stray? Lord Never says the dog life. Man, I love the dog life. It's so friend, bro. It's so friend. First Last gives a thumbs up. Photon, he said, yes, it's good to mention such local stories because conversations like this are helpful. You never know if some guy will hear Jay's kind words and change their mind for the year. Right, man. And, you know, it's so crazy. You know, people can turn this into a straight joke. Hey, man, don't do that. Come on to the dog life. This ain't even an infomercial for like that, you know, anything like that. I don't even treat the dog life like some type of big comic joke, you know. I truly just think the dog life is a great alternative, you know, in a lot of different ways. Man, I always say try to get the human woman. If you just can't do it, man, well, guess what? Before you do anything crazy, yes, come over here. Try it out. You and the wife may be having a few problems. Try it out. You know, it's an alternative. You may be in an alternative relationship. It ain't working. You want to get the same sex companion dog. Have at it. So it's just an alternative. I would never be, you know, especially using a situation like this to try to beat somebody up. See, man, you don't want this to happen. You don't want this to happen to your girl. No. I would never do that. I just the one angle I came from with that is I truly have always been concerned about that when I used to date human women. Because I've always dated these little short Anna type girls that's 5 feet tall. And man, I used to date this girl and we used to live together. And she used to get off work late and I didn't. And man, I can't lie. I wasn't the best at this, man, but sometimes I would be up when she came home, but man, sometimes it would be unpredictable when she came home. And she wouldn't always call and saying, hey, I'm gonna be right here. And I know what you guys think. Hey, maybe she could have been cheating. Now she really did. You never know what they do. But I would say she did have a job that it was pretty much consistently inconsistent to a certain degree. But the time she used to get to the house, I used to be like, man, somebody could really jump on her back right outside the door. And I wouldn't even be able to get there in certain instances. So, man, I used to always be concerned about my human women. And so for this to happen, like I said, it sort of plays into the thing of, man, that's one of the things that I'm just happy that I don't have to think about, but I am concerned for human women. I hate that they have to deal with it. Wolfer says, good perspective, Jay. I didn't think of it that way. Power Brain says, hey, Jay, how are you tonight? I'm doing good, Power Brain. Straight Sled says, one thing I've noticed since becoming a dog owner is the dogs are so damn cute and sexy at the same time. Man, let me tell you something. Just to get on a bit of a freer note, because I am going to get out of here in just a second. I just want to touch bases with you guys and talk about something a little bit serious, because this is Iron Tech Dog Week. I don't want to take away from the week. But I do want to let you guys know, man, like, although I talk about a lot of lessons with dogs, sometimes it's just straight documentary time as far as, hey, man, it's just an insight into my life and with the dogs. And like you say, sometimes we may be watching sports. Sometimes we'll talk about sports. Sometimes we'll just talk about things like this, because this is what's going on in our life. And even while these things are going on, you see who's right next to me, my dogs, and you know, comforting me, my family, you know. I'm blessed to have a great human family as well. They are always checking, and I'm talking to them all the time. But just as far as me and the dogs, I mean, hey, it's great to just have them here no matter what's going on, man. To have them right next to my side. You see where they are. It's great to have them as companions. And for everybody that doesn't treat them as companions, like I say, man, they're missing out. They're missing out on a very, very good life. And I love it. I love this life. And man, the truth is, it's only getting better and better and better and better. Man, like I said, this isn't the time to get into other shows, but definitely got some great things coming up, man. Just great discussions. And I even been thinking, because at first I was telling people like, hey man, if you're thinking about getting into the game, hey, pay attention to some shows next week. But I was thinking about next week. I was like, dang, it's a couple of the shows that's what I got to get through, the sort of surface level type shows. So you may have to actually hang around for a week or two for me to get into some of the meat of the discussions I really want to get into. And you know what the funniest part is? By the time I really get into some conversations, it's gonna be time for me to get on my bike and ride around the city and do the campaign, biking for Campaign Dogs funding campaign, fundraising campaign. And after that, I'm gonna be getting to another big subject. So man, it's a lot coming in on these shows. And just think, in the midst of dog topics, in the midst of the fundraiser, I still have to find some way to work in these venti reports. We got another scent competition coming up soon. Man, so it's a lot going on. So even though this night isn't about all this, I'm just going to give a simple reminder out here for everything that you can do to support the show and what's going on. I always have to get those reminders. So with all that said, if you ever want to support the show, guys, because hey, as I grow as a channel, hey, the support is going to be major going forward. It's already been major. So if you ever want to support, you can go to my PayPal or Cash App in my YouTube section. You can do a super thanks, super chat whenever I do a live stream. Not super thanks, but a super chat or super sticker whenever I do a live stream. Super thanks, individual videos. You can do Biker for Campaign Dogs in the description of all of my videos. That's a direct donation to the fundraiser. And if you're looking to get in the dog game, I always got to remind people of that because people have a hard time finding great vendors. There's a lot of good ones out there, and I don't have them all listed. So I wouldn't sell you that type of a fib. But I do have some great dog vendors listed. And you can find whatever you're looking for within these dog vendors. And just by being Iron Tick Dog Week, I would definitely steer you towards checking out Iron Tick Dog and seeing the beautifully inspired creations that they have. And I also want to remind you guys, probably in an hour or so, the new video for the day will be dropping. And lately, my videos have been dropping around midnight. I'm not sure how that'll go going forward. Sometimes my videos have dropped early in the morning, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning the next day. But lately, they've been dropping around midnight. So be looking for that pretty soon. That'll be another, installment of Iron Tick Dog Week. But like I say, this is an unplanned show. I didn't get a chance to talk to my Dog King Army members. Shout out to the Dog King Army. Woo, team within the team, baby. I didn't even get a chance to really holler at them. This is an unplanned live stream. I want to just plop in, say what's up to you guys. Appreciate you for all the support. Like I say, this show, maybe I might end up having a channel or two or something in the future. But right now, I don't have any immediate plans for like making another channel saying I'm going to be talking about this subject or that subject. As for right now, you just never know what you might get as far as or what you might see when you tune into the channel. But rest assured, even with subjects like this, for the most part, they're going to tie into the companion dog life. Like I told you, even with this subject, it tied into this tragic for Eliza Fletcher, which God bless her, God bless her family, God give them peace, and everybody that's had losses like that peace. But I say it just tied into it with this story to say, not to make fun of her by talking about the dog life or fun of their family. It was just to say, hey, even when I was dating, I used to always be concerned about women's safety. And so, although I still am concerned, I don't want to say I'm concerned or worried, but yeah, I still don't want anything to happen to my girls. It's a different type of a concern. Because even when I am out with them in public, we know that doesn't, people can do all type of crazy stuff. But even when I'm out with them in public, at least I'm with them. Sometimes a human woman can be apart from you and be vulnerable. So I just say, if you're a human woman out there, God bless you. Look, we'd appreciate your subscriptions. You're welcome here. We don't wish any ill will on you. For my guys who've decided not to date human women, that's fine. Guess what? Live a dog life like I do. But just please get rid of the hate for them. hey, show them love. Show them love, baby. If you happy, hey, guess what? You can be happy for them. So, with all that said, man, we're getting ready to check out of here. I'm gonna check my comments before we go, though. But I agree with you, Slayer, about them, the dogs being cute and sexy. Like I say, that's exactly why I'm in this. Not that's one of the reasons I'm in this game, because I say this: women, men, we do eat with our eyes a lot more as far as being attracted. And although I don't make love to my girls, being able to hug on them, kiss on them, and show them affection sometimes, oh yes, that's still a big part of the enjoyment I get with these girls. And no offense, just looking at them as a work of art, just have it sitting next to me, just feeling like that solid presence, man. It just does something to your imagination, man. It just, they're so real and so a part of my life. Like I say, when you're a new dog owner, yeah, man, you may have those days where you're pushing your imagination. Man, I'm telling you, before long, these girls are a part of your life. They're a part of your life. They're social fixtures in your life. Straight Slay says, glad I could catch you tonight. Good luck with all your plans and activities. Thank you, Straight. And man, hey, not just my plans, because my thing is when it comes to the show, everybody that's tuning in, like, hell, I'm not doing these videos. I love doing the videos, put my heart in it, but I'm doing it for you guys that's watching. For you to learn, be entertained, have fun. I got another song in the works. It's coming soon. I just haven't rushed it. I've been working on things, and it's going to come out at the right time. But hey, this is also, this is for you. I love doing my videos, but man, you can't dictate who watches your videos. So, I never let views dictate my work. But man, hell, look, it wouldn't mean as much if you guys weren't looking at some of the, some of my videos. It wouldn't mean, I want you to look at them. So hey, it means a lot to me to have you guys looking. So you're a part of the activities. That's basically what I'm saying. It's not just my activities. All of you guys are a part of the whole. Everything I do, you're a part of. Oh, Power Brain says, I thought you had the new head on tonight. Oh no, not quite. Believe me though, the new head will be making an appearance very soon. Because here's the deal. I really love this head. I love both heads. Keep in mind, I chose the other head first because it's amazing. But I think that not only is this head beautiful, I think that I really love this head because it's an Asian head as well. And it just gives me that different flavor that I haven't had in the family. I just think it's just something about it does something to me. And man, I'm gonna tell you, I gotta wait till this show come up. This particular face did something else that I might have to talk about in another video. But with all that said, I know that there's some people that got a glimpse of that other head and they like that head a lot better. And I'm not going to neglect you, because although this is Iron Tech Dog Week, my other girls know I've been working my other girls for 2 years straight. So for a couple of weeks, I don't have to even hide this from you guys. For a couple of weeks, you're going to be seeing a lot of these two girls. You're going to be seeing a lot of Himaware and the other girl. I'm not going to tell you her name yet. Mr. Power Brain says, what happened? I came in late. I don't want to go through the whole thing anymore, Power Brain, but I just give you the very quick version. It's just a young lady got murdered in Memphis. She had a family. She was a teacher, had kids, had a husband, and some guy who had recently was a convict. Man, she was jogging on a very familiar route that I'm familiar with. I used to ride my bike around that area all the time. And he basically abducted her. And of course, a couple of days later, she comes up dead. It's pretty obvious what happened because he was found cleaning his truck out with damn floor cleaner. And no offense, Power Brain, I don't know nobody in the damn world that's cleaning their car out with floor cleaner, car, truck, or whatever. Whenever you're cleaning something out with floor cleaner, you've done something wrong, bro. And I'm not trying to judge him. I'm not a judge, but when I heard that, I knew something was going on bad. But this whole stream was about just not having that. I don't care if you've been hurt by a human woman. You got to get rid of that ill will. You got to get rid of that hate. You got to get rid of all of that. You can be on the companion dog side. Hey, look, I'm on the companion dog side. I'm not trying to date a human woman today. You know, if Venti came and threw some on me or Anna, one of these beautiful ladies, hey, I'm not telling you I wouldn't take it, but I'm not out here fishing for them because I'm happy. But I definitely ain't got no hate toward no human woman. And, you know, I know when you're fresh out of a relationship, it takes time to sort of get over those hurts. But, man, it's best to leave those hurts behind as quick as possible and don't let it fester into something sinister. And that's what this whole stream was about. Because like I said, when I was dating human women, it used to just concern me that they were vulnerable at certain times. You can't be around all the time. And some of these human women don't have guns and mace, and they don't even. Some women, you know, they're just like men. Men don't want to carry certain things and that type of stuff. Some women don't want to have that stuff. They don't want to feel like they have to be having that stuff all the time. So, with all this said, man, that's what happened. And like you said, this is just basically a stream to say send well wishes to her family, to people who had lost, and hey, to tell guys, hey, look, man, there's other options out there. Not only companion dogs, but guess what, man? Do anything but that. Brandon says, hey, brother. He said, it's the bad boss. Brandon said, women took my soul. He said, I'm so lonely. I'm sad. You could be lonely and sad, but just don't do what this guy did. Please don't do that. Straight Sled said, just having them around is peaceful. Almost definitely. Carol Rush says, have a good night and thank you for being kind. Oh, Carol Rush, the vagina. Hey, Carol, good to see you. Most definitely, Carol. Like I said, man, I still got to do a little bit better with my lighting. I still got to do a little bit better. I'm still figuring it out. I think it's still looking a little bit better tonight, though. But you know what? My hair has just, I think it's had something to do with the headphones, but my hair seems like it has just grown exponentially over the last couple of days because, man, it was not hanging in my face like this a couple of days ago. So I got to check that out, too. I might have to take a couple of snips on it. Power Brain says, Wolfman says, go in peace, everyone. Oh, yeah, Power Brain says, that's so sad, Jay. Oh, yeah, man, it's sad. But I didn't want this to be a sad stream. I just want to say, hey, man, use this as a deterrent to doing anything violent to people. Use this as a deterrent to, hey, say, guess what, guys? I keep telling you, man. I think I heard somebody the other day say, I made it all the way to 50 years old. Like that's old or something. Nobody gets old in this life. You could be 100. That ain't nothing but $100 worth of time. Nobody gets old in this life. Live your life. Be happy. Enjoy your family. Look, man, like I say, we ain't got time to be too sad for too long. If something happens, shake that crap off. Love who you love in your life. Forgive people. Keep pushing, baby. Look, man, I've been the happiest man in the world since I got my dogs, but it ain't just my dogs. Like I say, man, it's because God, man, he's even just changed my spirit in such a more of a way since I even had the dogs, man. I've been blessed to look at the world so differently. Every day growing, learning, never stop learning, never stop growing. And like I say, man, even for my people that may not have that extra rock to hold on to, as far as like if they don't have that faith, you know, they may not believe in God. Sometimes, man, when you don't believe in God, like I just know some of my friends like that, they can get really lonely because, man, you don't have anybody else to put your burdens on. If your family or, you know, a relationship may not be going right. And that's where God really comes in to play, because you can be like, hey, man, ain't no sense of me being worried. I can let God handle it all. So I just want to say, hey, friends that may not have that faith, hey, look, I'm praying for you that, guess what, your burdens go to God and come up off your shoulders. You know, Because, you know, I don't need you walking around with that burden on your shoulders. Because like you said, we all grow at different paces in life, you know, at different paces, man. We can't put the same growth on the next man. We all learn things and come to certain realizations at different times. And every man has the right to not come to certain realizations. But no matter what you decide to do, as J. Dog King Hefner, I get a chance to say, God bless you. And I wish well on everybody out there. But as of right now, it's been me, J. Dog King Hefner, and the beautiful Hema Ware. Remember the name, baby. Hema Ware. And she is here to stay. Like I said, she'll probably be the head most of the time. But I am going to give this next head a fair run over the next couple of weeks. So you will be seeing her a lot. But as of right now, man, we're going to check out of here. Let you guys enjoy the rest of your night. As well as there's another video getting ready to drop soon. Let me catch up. Brandon Diab says, I'm just invisible to everyone. Hey, Brandon, you're not invisible to everyone. But I tell you one thing. You are invisible to everyone when you claim you're invisible to everyone. And I say this, once again, here's the key, Brandon Diab, and I'm being serious, even if you're joking. Stop worrying about being invisible to everyone. As long as you're visible to God, you don't have to worry about everybody else seeing you. Man, that's the thing. I actually got some of those lights right on me right now, Power Brain. I just got this house is a very dark house, man. And I think I would just have to really crank my lights up next time because I have them very low. That's the thing. I have them very low so they won't get hot on me. But I'll probably just crank them up a lot more. But I knew this was going to be a late night stream. I'll do better. I just do better next time. I'm just going to have to take a chance on sweating. But as of right now, we finna get the hell out of here. Hey, y'all, hit those likes, hit those subscribes, share. Look, man, we appreciate you. Check in with us next time. Check this new video coming out. But as of right now, man, me and this beautiful young lady finna get out of here. Hey, look, you might not be dating a human woman, but treat them kindly, man. Look here, man. You never know, man. A venti might fall in love with you one day. You see she in love with me. Anna is too. Hey, man, look. The dolls, man. These dolls can bring you a venti, man. Remember that. The dolls can bring you a venti. But as of right now, I'm finna get the hell up out of chill. We out, man.